Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Theros Beyond Death draft. Today we are joined by special guest Kyle Rose. He's known as the Coddler on MTGO. He is the trophy leader for this set. He's going to be giving us his thoughts. You can find his content at The Ham TV on Twitch and on Twitter. You can find him as well. And yeah. Before we dive in, though, I would like to remind you that if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you have any questions or feedback. But yeah, welcome to the stream. To the recording, Kyle.
Hello.
Yeah. So, do you have any general philosophies about the format before we dive in? I'm assuming we're just going to take Elspeth here, unless you have some crazy other thoughts. I know you'd like to do.
We're going to take Elspeth. I've not had a whole lot of success recently with the white aggro decks. Also, we're passing a Hoplite and a Daybreak Chimera, which go in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be thinking about maybe white-black or white-blue here.
Okay.
As ideally what I would like to do with this card.
So even from pick one,
still open to whatever. But
yeah. Even from pick one, you're already kind of thinking about your.
Absolutely.
Are there any strategies that you think are overrated, underrated, better than you expect in this format, or things that you like to try and play?
Yes, I always am quick to. This format actually I feel is more open than most, but I don't like green a lot, even though here the best cards are green.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite color combination with green does happen to be green-white.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's a good sign.
I don't like green-blue or green-black much at all. I feel like green-red can be really good, but it's hard to put together.
Yeah. What is your favorite color combination?
Blue-red's my favorite. I don't think it's necessarily the best, but it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like green-white a lot.
So in this pack, what are the cards that you're thinking about?
I would just take the Horn Beetle, I think.
Yeah, that's just the best card.
Yeah, the next best card's probably the Nyx Herald.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that completely. I've really loved Horn Beetle. I think it's the best green uncommon. It's just you play it on turn 2 and just win the game a lot of the time because of that.
Really good.
I've actually been relatively unimpressed with green-white just because I sometimes can't figure out what direction I'm supposed to go with it. But
I think it needs to just be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah. Do you go big with auras? Do you go wide with tokens? Or do you just kind of just play 2-drops, play
either one of kind of both of those things. Auras and small creatures more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. Now we've kind of got a doozy. There's not a single green card in the pack. The best white card is probably the Unicorn. What do you like here?
I like the Prophecy.
Mm-hmm. Where do you take Prophecy relative to the commons, compared to Omen of the Sea or Thirst for Meaning? Where do you rate Prophecy?
Omen by far the best. Then usually it would be Thirst and then Prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
If I have very few counter spells and it's late pack 2, early pack 3, I probably would take Prophecy over Thirst.
Mm-hmm. If Prophecy weren't in this pack, what do you think you'd take? Omen of the Dead or Dream Shaper?
That's the one. Omen of the Dead, I think.
Well, so far we've got the Elspeth paired with potentially blue, as you suspected.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good Shimmerwing Chimera.
Yeah, it works well with the Prophecy we just got.
Also, I'd like to point out, I've been playing this Mirror Shield.
Yeah?
A fair amount in my blue-white deck specifically recently. If I get an Insight and a Pilgrim kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, I like to have a couple of creatures that can wear it okay on their own, specifically that Shimmerwing Chimera.
Yeah.
Or, even just the 2/3 lifelink flyer or the Sphinx. Just some stuff that if it comes out and sits there, can almost win you the game. But, certainly we're taking the Shimmerwing. But the shield
could wheel, yeah. And then it would be a cool little experiment to try that out, for sure. If the Shimmerwing weren't in the pack, would you just take a Naiad or a Starlit Mantle?
And I'd probably take that Mantle, I guess.
Yeah, it would be a pretty bad pack without this Shimmerwing Chimera. Okie doke. Now, this pack, I immediately see Mystic Repeal, and then I guess after that, Mogus's Favor. Are there any cards that you're particularly high on in this pack that I'm not mentioning?
There are not.
There's also
I'm so uncomfortable drafting a blue-green deck. I still...
Would you rather take Indomitable Will so that we can...
No, I don't like that card.
Yeah, me neither.
There's really nothing else here.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say was white does not look like it's open.
Mm-hmm.
These blue-red decks tend to come together almost for free a lot of the times. Now, there's nothing here that's red that I would take.
Yeah.
I would just take the repeal.
But then you have your eye open, like, oh, we could just segue into blue-red.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like
'Cause
kind of a unique strategy.
I don't see black. Like you kind of have to know when black is coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't feel like white's here. Your blue cards are your best cards, I think. Kind of a lot over the green ones.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
So, like,
Nessian.
right-
I think Nessian's definitely better than the Prophecy, but like Shimmerwing plus
Oh, yeah.
Metamize is better than Hornbeetle plus Repeal.
right. And I think it can pair with the Elspeth still,
Mhm.
maybe.
Mhm. And here there is a good couple solid red cards.
That's-
Oracle's good. I don't know where you're at on Impending Doom, but it's been pretty good
I
for
don't
me.
particularly like to play Impending Doom. You can play it sometimes. I would take the Oracle. I think
Mhm.
I like the Leonin a lot in decks that want to block with it, specifically blue white.
Yeah.
But again, it's not like it's Well, I mean, the Oracle is not much of a signal either. I would just speculate on the Oracle. I think.
Yeah. Where are you at on it?
It's kinda close.
Where are you at on Elite Instructor? Like, do you ever play that card?
Very, very, very rarely.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if it was like a card like Thrill of Possibility that just turns out better than it looks.
I love Thrill.
Well, here's a Thrill right here. There's also
Yeah.
an Underworld Rage Hound.
I would always take the Thrill here over the Rage Hound. The Pegasus intrigues me. I really like the Pegasus as well.
Yeah.
I could go either way with this pick. I think it's probably should just be the Pegasus. Like I don't want to force this blue red deck necessarily. I want it to be like if
Yeah. If it's open, you'll get it anyway. You'll probably be able to get some thrills.
that kind of thing. I mean, I will miss a thrill, but I think the Elspeth's good enough to try to play still.
Yeah, exactly. Where I was very interested when you said that you and then a nice late Hero of the Pride, but Thrill of Possibility over Rage Hound is very interesting to me. What makes you prefer that card? Like that card ordering, because Rage Hound is like a pretty it's a 2-drop that comes back over and over, pretty scary. What makes you prefer Thrill?
First, right here, I think I would take the Witness, not the Hero.
Okay.
I don't even love Witness. I like it in blue white. I don't really like it in blue red. But I just don't see this deck as being aggressive if it's blue white.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even look at the rest of the pack.
Okay. I just really like the cheap card draw spells. I like to have a mix. I think Thrill is better than Thirst.
Really? That's a fun take. I like it. I love hot takes. So just because it's cheaper and you can filter through your deck faster.
You can do 2 spells in a turn. A lot in the early game. All right, so here I would actually probably take the Wave Mystic.
The Wave Mystic. I've never played this card in the format, but that would be a fun.
I play the Wave Mystic in blue red all the time. I play Sleep of the Dead always in that deck. So.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be exciting.
Mystics.
This is what the real fun part about bringing a guest on is you get to try all the new strategies that you haven't thought of before.
I would just take the Surge. Yeah. I play Chain to Memory sometimes in exactly the blue red deck. Like if I get some of the 4/2 guys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Chain, I think, is a card that would be really good in a lot of formats. But this format, just so many creatures are like 3/5, 3/6, 3/4, 2/3. Like you need the creatures to have. You'd rather have more power than toughness, but at least equal.
Chain reminds me of the Dazzling Lights from Guilds of Ravnica.
Yeah.
And that card ended up being a little bit better than it looked too. But there was also Surveil synergies in that set.
Yeah, the 2/3 guy, you could give Death Touch and stuff.
Yeah. Would you rather have the Unicorn or the Wave Mystic?
Close. I think the Mystic.
Let's go for it. Hype.
We've already got. Yeah, I would take the Chain here.
Chain over Hero?
Yeah, I don't like the Hero much. And I mean, it can be played.
Yeah.
I would take the Chain.
I like it. We're kind of just going. We got a nice blue base here, so we could kind of go any direction still.
This while it doesn't look ideal, it looks messy. A lot of my decks look like this at the start.
And we even got a Unicorn anyway. That's a pretty nice late pickup.
Yeah, the Unicorn, it's fine. Oh, wow. Okay.
This was all skill. Just drafting a lot of blue cards, picking up.
Yeah, this makes me want to lean a lot more into. I mean, you'll play this in any blue deck, obviously, but like your blue-red deck, that especially with Thrill, you're trying to discard lands a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And fill your graveyard for sleep and be aggressive. This would not really want to do that. So
yeah,
I'm leaning a little more into wanting to maybe be blue-white here, even blue-green with some ramp cards, maybe.
Yeah, we do also have the Elspeth that we still would want to play, like just
Yes,
two
yes,
really
yeah,
powerful bombs that we need to late game.
yeah.
Self mill does help with the Elspeth because you can find it, but you don't really want to mill your Sea
True,
God.
but yeah, yeah,
There is
not well.
it'd be interesting if there wasn't a Kira Best to Sea God, because this pack has like some nice like blue red tempo cards. Like it's got the Sleep of the Dead, so we could like go for that type of thing. But
I would go with
yeah,
the singer
you
if
would
it
take the
was
Singer, yeah,
like
and
the
then maybe
singer.
wheel the Sleep of the Dead.
I would expect to, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously going to take one of the best rares in the set. Definitely feels good. Okay. And now there is some of the green ramp you mentioned with Caryatid. I think Band Brawlers would just be a better green card to take though. There's Temple of Enlightenment if we wanted to play blue white, helps our mana. What do you like here?
I like ichthyomorphosis.
Ick. Okay, just as like a control card
Sure.
to stall the game, get to
Yeah,
Kiora.
yeah. I like that card, especially in controlling blue deck.
What type of card like is the threshold for where you would take Temple of Enlightenment over it? Like, is there like if this card was a like me like if this was a Deny the Divine, would you take a Temple of Enlightenment or
I
if
think
this
so. I think I would take Temple.
Temple over Deny the Divine? That's like a
I think
cutoff.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, just helps the mana out.
It feels close here a little bit.
Yeah, I know,
But, but
especially because we're considering playing like maybe even
but
have
there's we don't have apathy with Ichthyo. We kind of have nothing like that. So
yeah, like what does the deck need versus like the more disciplined
yeah,
pick. Okay, so it is another interesting one. There's a Eutropia. There's a Gravebreaker Lamia, which is not something we're going to take, but it's a kind of cool to see that third pick. There's also Caryatid. So there's a lot of blue-green cards going around, which I know you don't like blue-green.
no, there's not much here I do like though. The thing with the Eutropia for me, it's a good card, but if you put it in a deck like this, it's likely to be maybe the first creature that comes down, and then you don't even want to block with it right away. If you're on the draw with something like that,
Yeah.
it doesn't stack up sometimes.
It's more of like and it's also not really insane in like a deck that just only cares
No,
about going late because you would rather have good
right.
blockers. So what do you like in this pack? Do you like another Witness of Tomorrow's? Take a
I
Caryatid?
don't think this deck needs another witness at all.
Me neither.
I would probably take the Caryatid unhappily. But,
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't feel like anything in here that we need. I mean, you could always play another witness, but how much better is it than a unicorn?
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, we need some removal. We only have the Ichthyomorphosis. Honestly, this would be a really bad pack if this wasn't here. Like,
It would be.
we would take maybe like Citizen Training or no, probably Huntmaster.
I like Huntmaster a lot. It doesn't fit this deck,
Yeah,
but
not
I mean,
at all.
it is at least 4 power.
Yeah, triggers this. We don't have any cards to trigger the Horn Beetle. This would be a kind of catastrophe to be a blue-green deck here.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
I don't think white was very open. I mean, maybe it just wasn't good white cards because we did see a super late Hero of the Pride. We got like a second to last pick Unicorn, so maybe white just didn't get open
I
pack
kind of
one.
expected white to flow this direction, and it's not.
I agree because we didn't pass any white cards because we opened Elspeth. But
black hasn't really been there either way, which is not too surprising. But
I think it's been here this direction. Like we just saw a Gravebreaker Lamia in that pack.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
But I guess we opened the Myers Grasp that we saw this pack. But
yeah, I just kind of look at the removal.
Ooh.
I'm real happy to get that Omen of the Sea.
Yeah, perfect combo with Shimmerwing Chimera. Helps us find our Kiora Best the Sea God. So now we have a couple of 2-mana enchantments. Honestly, I'm not sure if we want to be playing these Towering Wave Mystics in this version of the deck.
We do not.
So like, if you like consider those aren't really in the deck, Chain to Memory is probably not a card we would like to play. Getting more blue playables is really nice for us.
I don't think there's any way we're red.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So it would have been nice to have that other Leonin over it, but
yeah, if the Omen weren't in the pack, would you take the Leonin here?
I would, yes. Yeah. Well, I might take the Deny actually.
Yeah, the Deny is kind of close for me too.
But the deck does kind of need 2 drops. So.
Yeah, and we only have 6 creatures right now. Okay. Now there is Loathsome Chimera. There's a Nyxborn Seaguard. There's Furious Rise. Where are you at? Just in like a not in our deck specifically, but where are you at on a card like Rapid Flames? Because I've heard tales that you like kind of pioneered the deck that played a bunch of Rapid Flames combined with the little hero cards and kind of wrecked your opponent. So like, what are your thoughts on this card?
it might be a little long. I would take the Chimera here.
Yeah.
I think it's just too much better than the Sea Guard.
Yeah.
It triggers the beetle. Basically, I haven't drafted that white red deck in a long time. I
Really?
don't know exactly what's happened. I think it's a combination of two things. One, the heroes. No one even used to take them. They didn't. I guess people didn't think they were good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we have to take the mantle. If we're actually blue white for sure, the turtle might be better, but the white cards look kind of bad. And
Yeah.
the mantle's going to play a lot better with the Shimmerwing and maybe the beetle and stuff.
Yeah, true.
This has been kind of a rocky draft. I was okay after pack one. This one, I think we can do something with it, but it hasn't been smooth.
I'm optimistic for pack 3.
Yeah. But one thing I think the main thing I think happened, besides some people getting, okay, Rap shouldn't be 13th pick. Okay, this doesn't look good here. I like the Wardens.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I just saw it. I was like, oh.
I will say I really like Rumbling Sentry in these blue white decks. A lot.
Really? That's a
Yeah,
fun
I
take.
really like him. He's been doing good work. But this white's weak.
Yeah, other than our Elspeth, we just like.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Wardens.
Yeah, especially because we just have to survive till we get the Kiora Best the Sea God down.
Well,
Another Wardens.
here's where I just don't draft blue green much, and I just don't know. I guess I like the Omen. I mean, it works with the Shimmerwing, but I do really like the Wardens. This is a tough pick. I don't really know if you have a.
I'm leaning towards Wardens just because every time I've played Omen of the Hunt in a deck that wasn't splashing, I felt really bad about it. But this deck probably could splash.
It doesn't have much worth splashing yet.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm fine just taking the Wardens. I don't ever really play Omen, but I thought maybe that like this might be the deck for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think our deck is kind of mediocre, and our best way to win is just to survive until we hit the Sea God.
Sure. Yeah.
And we have some digging for it. Probably a Naiad.
Yeah, I don't like to play that card, but there's nothing else in the pack.
Yeah, we don't have to play. We have a lot of playables. Wow! Oh my gosh!
And even though I don't really think it fits the deck great, I mean, it's certainly going to get played.
Yeah.
I kind of look at him more as like a 5-drop. I mean, obviously you can play him on turn 3, but you want to have enough other 3-drops as well, which we do have. So
I don't think anyone else is playing blue or green.
Wow.
It's just like, what the heck? Like, I guess you don't have to be the most.
Seems like the deck should be a little bit better for all these cards coming around like this.
Yeah, maybe now that we found it's open, maybe pack 3 is going to be great. But I mean,
it could be.
Kind of. Wow, this was a fantastic open. Literally nothing. Just like sometimes in this type of deck is where I would splash something like Iroas's Blessing, but probably better to take Deny the Divine. I don't even know. This pack is just kind of weak. Jeez, we could still move back into white, but I don't think that really makes sense given how many green cards we have.
I would say I would take Apathy over Blessing, just because.
Better to splash. Yeah.
Well, it may be a slightly worse splash with the Shimmerwing in particular, but we have some other white cards, so it might. I don't know if we just splash just the one card.
Yeah. Could just take an Archon of Falling Stars in case we just get hooked up insanely in white. But like,
I'd rather have Apathy than Archon.
Yeah, what would we even cut? Yeah, I mean, like
the Erebos Intervention is good too, but man,
I feel like we're just supposed to take Deny the Divine.
That's fine. You can take it. That's fine.
Yeah, there's just nothing here.
The fact that we got all the green cards so late makes me think we should just stick with it.
Yeah, we could probably get denied.
If the pack had gone a little worse at the end, I would want to take a white card there, though.
Yeah, agreed. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of that card as most people, but it's certainly the pick here.
Is that because it just doesn't kill what you care about, or?
Well, it's probably at its best in a deck like this. It's just, I don't know. Green tends to be so slow, and that guy just kind of adds to the pile.
Yeah,
you're getting card advantage with Escape a lot. I mean, he's certainly the pick here, and he seems to be fine in this deck. We don't have a lot of stuff like that cost 1 million mana.
Yeah, we kind of only have the Kiora right now.
I keep, these people. I see these green black decks, and they've got the Band Brawler and the Catobleepus and a couple of Typhons. There's just so much.
Yeah,
They just kind of get ran over by tempo. That's why that blue red deck works so well, I think.
yeah, the card advantage just flows. Here, I think just
Yeah,
another Omen of the Sea. No reason to.
absolutely.
There's just nothing else even remotely close in power level there. Ooh, this is an interesting pick. I mean, I like Threnody Singer a lot, but there's also a Caryatid for more ramp. There's a Grove Dancer for another enchantment creature. There's a Forerunner. I'm
I
leaning.
feel like it's got to be Caryatid, and then I do not like Caryatid much, and I love some of these other cards. So the fact I feel like it here, I think
Yeah,
it's probably really
I wish we had.
strong.
I'm glad we have this Chimera because having an escape creature in this deck, so we have something to spend our mana on, is really nice.
Yes.
We have a decent amount of mana sinks in terms of like some scry, some.
Yeah, I think that this deck should be able to spend mana. It shouldn't worry too much about flooding. It wants to hit 7 anyways, and it's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Do you ever like play 2 Caryatids and cut a land, or do you generally just play
I
them as
often play less lands. Again, ooh, nice. Another loathsome.
pretty exciting stuff?
My mana thoughts are quite weird.
I'd love to hear them. We're
I
all eager
often
to know.
play less lands in my control decks, even if the curve's a little higher. Basically, now this deck, while it may be kind of a control deck, it's not going to go until turn 20. Like it's got a card that just says basically win the game on it. So I don't feel like I need to cheat and try to play less lands in that kind of deck.
Yeah.
But if you were like a grindier control deck, especially like a black-white one that doesn't have a lot of card advantage or something like that, I want to play as little bit of lands as possible.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking about that in a minute. I don't know here.
I'd probably just take a net Forerunner, just another
Yeah,
relatively
it's the best card.
something to spend mana on. Have you ever played Thundering Chariot? I've been kind of underwhelmed with it.
A couple of times. It's a better blocker than attacker, I think.
Yeah, it's also a nice way to make sure your Rage Hounds don't suicide.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the like 5-color Unknown Shores deck?
A couple of times, but not something I try to do.
Yeah, that's what it doesn't really sound like your style of deck, like the blue-red
I
tempo
still
deck.
lost the game, but I forget why I had a chariot come in, but opponent played the boar, and it kind of made it real awkward for them that I could
Oh,
bunch of my guys.
that's
So the
actually so
game went
good.
on a lot longer, and I ended up losing it. But like it came down to the very last turn before he almost got decked.
That is such a good sideboard tech that I never even
Well,
thought
I
of.
don't even think I put it in because of the boar. It
Just happened to work
why
out.
I put it in exactly.
I like that's the best when you sideboard like a genius inadvertently.
Or I might have cut. I think I went to mono red from like a blue red splash, so I just had to play it. I think maybe that's what happened.
That's hilarious. I think just another Starlit Mantle here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow. Yes, I would take Omen.
Yeah, more digging. We have so much digging to find this Giora Best the Sea God.
And Omen is the best digger.
Do you
But
do you ever rank commons and stuff like that, or do you just kind of go with what go more
I
conventional?
mean, I don't mind ranking them, but especially with the blue ones. Well,
Yeah.
Omen's pretty much always the
Yeah.
best blue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It wasn't like I wasn't saying like, oh, rank all the commons now. I was just like wondering if Omen was your favorite blue common.
It is, but specifically after that, they all change so much.
I agree. Blue was really hard for me to like think of top commons for.
Yeah, it's really situational. Like I would probably rank Ichthyo next, like early in a pack, early in a draft. But
Yeah.
I'm not really paying. I mean, I'm paying close attention. But are we going to ever play this Forerunner? If
I
not,
don't think so.
you could grab the second Surge, or you could grab the Growth. Either way,
I just like gift for sideboard tech against Dream
Yeah,
Trawler.
that's fine.
Like might as well have we already have the Liar as an answer and the Deny, but
Yeah.
it's nice to just get an extra potential answer.
I would take the Revoke here.
Yeah, there's not much else for us. We're not splashing any other cards.
And
Yeah, the rest of the pack kind of irrelevant to us.
Some chance. Ooh, I definitely like Memory Drain.
Yeah, more sideboard tech.
I might play it even.
Mm. Ooh.
I don't mind it.
Would you rather have? Yeah, probably Naiad still, just because we have so many enchantment triggers.
I guess, yeah.
We probably won't play it though.
I hope not. I mean, maybe one. If the one card I kind of do like with Naiad is Starlit Mantle in general.
Yeah,
It's one
because
of
then
my
1 mana dive down that sticks
yeah.
around.
Just you can play a creature and keep 1 mana up. You know, it doesn't have to be on the Naiad necessarily, but you can play your Shimmerwing on 5 and keep a Mantle up.
Yeah. I also love Starlit Mantle with Eutropia. That always
Yes.
feels
Yeah,
game
I was gonna
breaking.
say that's another like Shimmerwing type creature. Like you could play Naiad on 3 and then Eutropia with Mantle up. Like that'd be really strong.
Okie doke. So initial cuts in my thought process.
My screen is real.
Oh,
It's
I'll
going
I'll
crazy.
I'll I'll stop sharing and reshare the screen so you can see what's going on. Perfect. That should fix that.
But yeah, real quick, well, I'll talk about the mana.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about that.
So I like to look at my deck and see like what I think it's trying to do, what it's going to do. Like this deck's a little bit different. But if you have a control deck, like a real grindy control deck, you're like, okay, if this deck's going to succeed, it's going to go to turn 15 or 20, and it's going to draw a few extra cards and this and that. So you kind of have to make sure that you have something you can do with the mana, like a way to discard it, like a Oriat the Mountains Blaze or Thrill or like something. So as long as I don't even care if I have 6 drops in the deck, as long as I have enough 2s and 3s, I like to play 16, maybe 15 lands sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
In those decks because they're in order to win, they're going to see enough cards that they're going to hit their lands. And it's okay with an aggressive deck, even with a smaller curve, you're putting the threats out. You have to hit your land drops. Like if you're an aggressive deck with some 4 drops, you don't go straight to 4, it's real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're answering everything, and like specifically if you have a couple of apathies or Ichtio kind of cards, playing that on their 4 or 5 drop is, some of your best hands in those decks won't hit their 4th or 5th land drop. They'll just have all these answers.
Yeah.
And then you can play whatever you're going to win with a little bit later, and it's not catastrophic. But so my decks often look weird, where my aggressive decks, even with smaller curves, than
that's actually
some
super
grindier
interesting.
control decks. And then again, if I have like a Dream card or a Sea God type card or something, it doesn't matter to me as much because as soon as I find that card, I kind of can end the game.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I just have to worry about what am I going to do, with all this useless stuff. Plus, in this set, especially with Escape, anytime you could get a land into your graveyard, it's like a part of a card. So if you can cut a land for anything, even like just a random cantrip card,
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes that 1 mana artifact, the lantern or whatever.
Or a chain to memory or something.
Yeah, anything. Like it turns into more than just like if you're gonna see most of your deck, you actually realize that equity or whatever term you'd want to use for it. Where in an aggressive deck, it's rarely gonna come up like that. You're not gonna see all those cards.
It's kind of like how Thirst for not Thirst, the Thrill of Possibility gets a little bit better in this set because when you discard a card and Thrill goes to the graveyard, you're already 2/3 of the way back to getting your Chimera and stuff like that. It's like
what I try to explain is with that card, like if you draw in the earliest mid game, it tends to be in the blue-red aggressive decks, and it is a red. Mm-hmm. It tends to be better than Thirst for me because it costs 2, so you can play a 2-drop in that or a 3-drop in that a lot easier because your cards are pretty underpowered. You need to be playing as many of them in a turn as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You often win in the game while the opponent still has stuff in their hand.
Yeah.
So it's better for that. Then if a game goes a bit long, the card is great because you'd rather have the land in the graveyard than in your hand anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's playing Sleep or Rage Hound or, something. Mm-hmm. It'll always have a few things that escape in the deck.
Yeah.
So it really does good work.
Yeah. My initial thoughts on cuts for this deck are one of those, one of those, one of those. Those are my first 3 ideas.
I can't get behind cutting the Prophecy.
Really? Okay. My thought was we have 3 Omens of the Sea, so we don't want to just spin our wheels.
I
but
love spinning my wheels.
he's a wheel spinner.
I
Okay.
do.
I just see there's just so many playables in this deck.
Yeah,
Would
I'm
you
starting to look at it now. There are.
we could go the citizen training?
I would move that Forerunner up there.
Yeah, I was considering that too. Yeah.
Now, I mean, I like to just move all my cards up and then look at what I definitely want to play and try to fill the board.
Oh, okay. That's a
Kind of how.
that's a good approach. I like that.
That's how it works for me best. I'm not saying it's. Well,
Well,
no. Stop.
only the
That's
cards
not what I
you
meant.
only the cards you're not sure about.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So like
Right. That one, yeah. I'm sure about at least one of those wardens. I like that one.
yeah. Denies probably
You
in.
could move the deny up if you want, but it's probably gonna
It's
make
probably gonna
it.
come back in.
I like
Maybe one Starlit
yeah.
Mantle is a question mark.
Repeal is in. I think all these are in what you have here in my mind
Yeah,
at least.
I like it. I like these ones.
I mean, you didn't know about the prophecy. I wouldn't cut it.
Yeah, I think Prophecy is like a worse version of Omen of the Sea a lot of the time, but we have a Cure Best the Sea God to dig to, and we have Chimera, so I could see playing it.
I would 100% play that Nexus War.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look at we so many enchantments. I think
True.
I think this should be a 16 land deck.
Yeah, with two carriages.
2 Caryatids and 3 Omens and a Prophecy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, I mean, maybe build the rest of the deck with that in mind, but like.
I don't think we're playing these green cards.
No.
I
I think you're looking at the right cards. I don't want. So these are the right cards to be looking at.
We only need 4 more.
Yeah, I don't feel super strong about it. I think the deny probably hop in there.
Yeah, I like maybe one deny, maybe just another. Like, I don't know if we're really a good citizen training deck because we don't really care about the +1/+0 trample.
We're not, but I mean, we have Eutropia, we have double wardens, we're playing 16 land, and we don't have a lot of good stuff to put it on early is the problem.
Yeah, like putting it on a Caryatid feels pretty bad.
Yeah, that's just not good.
Putting it on putting it on wardens is actually pretty good because then it can block Vex singles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they can't penetrate the defenses. I don't think we're really a Huntmaster deck.
No, I think I might rather play it than the Forerunner though.
Yeah, just because it's cheaper.
We're gonna play, and if we're gonna play one, well, the
I like
Forerunner.
Forerunner's an enchantment,
yeah.
so gaining 2 life is a pretty big upside.
I'll play that one.
I think play that
one up there.
I think I agree.
I'll do the other mantle, I guess.
Yeah, Naiad's not really great in our deck because we only have Omens, but those are already pretty cheap, and you oftentimes would go 2-drop into 3-drop anyway. So probably don't need Naiad. Though maybe just having a 13th creature would be nice.
Yeah, I mean we don't need any of this stuff. We gotta play some of it.
I guess we're adding 2 cards, so I think maybe one.
I'll go Naiad Mantle then.
Yeah, Mantle's probably gonna be better
They
than Training.
play good together at least.
Yeah, and Mantle's probably gonna be better than Training.
Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
Hard to say, but yeah, this seems solid. I guess Training does dig us a little bit deeper, but we're also heavier blue, so it's harder to kick.
One thing I also like a lot about this is you have the Omen Prophecies that are blue, and then you have the Caryatids that are green. So there's like a nice split between the colors. Like if all your 2-drops were blue, because I want to play 8/8 on the land is what I'm getting at. So
yeah, so
you're more likely to have a hand you can keep.
Would you rather?
Like if I'm blue red and I'm trying to cheat on lands, so I have a bunch of thrills and omens. I like to have a mix. You know, like you want to have cards of both color early in the curve.
Does that make you want to switch out a Mantle for a citizen training? Because it's like it gives a better balance.
Not particularly.
Let's just add the land. This is what the mana base.
It's going to be so hard to cast the training.
True. There's just no targets for it.
You don't have.
Yeah. I think this deck looks pretty good. I like it. We have some good sideboard options too. Plummet, Memory Drain, Gift of Strength. And yeah, that's going to do it for the deck build. Let's jump into a match. But yeah, so if you had to rate this deck like in terms of like where you'd like 10 out of 10 would be your best deck ever, 1 would be like a complete train wreck, where do you think you put this type of deck?
6.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it was above average, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the way.
Where does your like when you're doing a draft? Where do you think your decks normally end up? Like, are your decks
Like,
normally
I
like?
guess I got to say a 5, right? I mean, they
Oh,
overall be average. That's the way I was trying to rate it.
oh,
Maybe
yeah,
you
that makes sense. Yeah,
a
I,
bit
I,
different.
yeah. I guess it's hard
You're
to.
rating it like between the population of all decks or something of everyone. Like
Yeah, that's
this
definitely.
is an above average deck. I feel like
Yeah,
um,
true.
for one I would have even like I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
We're probably just semantics are talking
Yeah,
about it at different.
exactly. It was more just something to cover
I
the
would
time.
rate it like if I would probably give it a high. If you're not rating it, based on every deck or something.
On the
It
draw.
has a decent chance to win. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is probably a keep. I mean, we have our
Yeah,
best
it
card.
is.
We just need to draw a land or carry it or something. Ooh. It's really interesting to hear how your picks and stuff change as the meta kind of changes. That's always kind of interesting to hear, like how
Yeah.
like the red white deck was something you started off doing, and then it kind of faded away, and then
Oh, yeah. I
you shift
think I
around.
forgot to finish that thought. The main reason that changed, I think, is because it was so early in the format. I think people just drafted pretty poorly,
Mm-hmm.
me included. And that's the easy deck to draft, and it's aggressive and it punishes. Like, if you're drafting a blue green deck and you're drafting it like, kind of poorly, I have almost no chance against a white red hero deck.
Yeah.
And that goes for a lot of these decks out there that people are drafting. Like, they weren't drafting them as well as they would be in the coming week. Yeah, keep both these. So I think aggro has a pretty good almost every form. Just
Okay.
kind of feel about that.
I'm not
I
gonna.
think it always kind of starts off better.
Yeah, because before people figure out what's going on, they can always go, okay, if I put some 2 drops in my deck and some combat tricks, things are gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So I think that had probably more to do with it than anything else.
Just keep all of our lands.
Yeah, they both look good here.
You like both
Are
of
you
them?
bottom the witness?
I was thinking about it because we want to get to 7 mana as soon as possible.
And it's 3 swamps. I kind of like just keeping it.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe not. You can buy it. That's
The
fine.
the reason I was thinking was because we already have a 5 drop to play, and so like I guess having a second one's not that bad, and we can it's not a huge rush to get to the Kiora Best to See God. So yeah, I guess keeping a
I,
5 drop is
I would lean towards keeping it, but
yeah. Let's keep it on top. We'll hide it underneath a land.
just not under any pressure, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it does kind of suck that we can't block that with either of the 5 drops, but it's not doing that much damage.
Yeah, and as soon as we land the Kiora Best to See God, we have a blocker.
Yeah, I mean,
We can always Ichthyomorphosis it if it matters.
oh yeah,
I'm kind of leaning towards denying whatever they play here.
absolutely.
Just make sure we don't waste our mana.
Yeah,
Don't
I
fall behind.
absolutely.
I kind of like the Forerunner just because it hits harder.
Yeah, there's another reason I like the Forerunner a little bit. I mean, I feel like he kept a hand. He did just hit his red mana, but he didn't play other cheap cards. So if he has Myers Grass, he might take his whole turn up.
True.
Might not be able to 2-spell with it. He did hit another land. It seemed like to me it was a little late on. Wow, that's one you don't see every day.
That's a very kind way of saying that. We have our Ichthyomorphosis to stop it though.
Yeah, seems fine just to do that. It's a risky one.
Yeah, because
I've played the card with wings before. It didn't quite get there and such.
that
It
actually
is. I mean, it's a scary card.
my opponent, the scariest they ever had it would be was when they played it the turn after they played Perforos, and hit me for about 30 damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was. Oh gosh. Well, here's hoping we just draw a land and the game ends.
Yeah, the witness is looking a little bit worse now, but
If we don't draw land, we're drawing a spell, so... Aha! Yes!
Sir.
That's actually so good, because we wanted
Yes,
to...
it is.
Because now we can, like, block the Cyclops and stuff.
All right. Well, there we go.
GG, opponent. You tried. Not going to attack with this thing.
No.
There's no need. They're just dead in
This
2
card
turns.
is just crazy.
Yeah. That was a bit of a massacre.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played it, and like they just conceded when the token came out. I'm like, yeah, this card's pretty good or whatever. And then the next time I played it, that same draft, I was just getting crushed. They had such a big. I hadn't even card necessarily, and I'm like, when it started playing out, I'm like, oh my goodness, these things don't untap.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I came back from like a board state that I could have just never imagined I could have came back from.
Yeah, the only time I ever beat it was my opponent was at 3 life, and I hit them with and they were 3 life, and so they couldn't attack me, and then I had a Eutropia in play, and so eventually I got my creature to be flying. And I also killed the Kiora Best the Sea God right after the 8/8 came into play. Like
that's probably the easiest way to beat it, is to kill the enchantment right away.
Yeah, because an 8/8 hexproof
Tough
is
to beat the 8/8, but it's possible. But
Yeah.
when that thing taps you down, it's pretty tough to come back from that.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. My initial thought was, oh, Naiad can block the 2/2, but it can't. We saw a 4/3, a 4/4.
Kind of like Huntmaster.
Yeah, I agree. It blocks the 2/2 and trades with the 7/3 and stuff.
Yeah.
They have a lot of 3 toughness stuff, which isn't.
I could see cutting the Naiad here.
Yeah, I could as well. It doesn't block very well.
Or maybe the other mantle. I mean, they had some removal probably, but I don't think it's gonna combat trick very well. The second one was going to combat trick on a 4/4, but that's probably.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't have anything else I want to put in instead of them. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, kind of you choose between the mantle and the Naiad. Those are the 2 cards I think are probably the weakest.
Yeah. The fact that the Naiad doesn't block their 3 toughness guys kind of bugs me, but I mean, those cards are more expensive than 3 mana. I think the mantle's probably
That's
better.
fine. Yeah. I just think those are the 2 cards probably that.
For sure. Those are definitely the weaker ones. This isn't a matchup for Chain to Memory or Memory Drain, I don't think.
No. Too aggressive, I think, and less impactful cards that you want to counter, and then kind of some of the stuff's too big to Chain to Memory.
This Metamized Prophecy is really growing on me. As soon as I see it in my opening hand, I'm like, oh, this is the place to be.
Well, yeah, it's probably better than any of the other cards. It's going to be the best one on turn 2 for sure.
Yeah.
And it's really good in this deck too, because you're playing to the board always. Sometimes it's a little awkward. You kind of have to name something you might not necessarily want to name, like a removal spell or something. Some of these decks.
Yeah, I agree. I've had it be very clunky for me before, where you just have to name a 4-drop, or like you don't have a 4-drop, so you name a 3-drop, and then you draw a 4-drop.
Yep. That definitely can happen with it.
I think the opponent mulliganed.
Oh, definitely. 4 cards now. I might have mulliganed. I think they mulliganed twice.
Yeah. No, I think they mulliganed to 5, because then they put down a card on their first turn.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, that is mulliganing twice. You were right. Okay. Moving on. I kind of like.
I keep both.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any reason not to keep the Beetle against a mulligan to 5 here.
The Beetle's fantastic.
Charge it up. Yeah.
And the Mystic Repeal is actually really good against them because they have the 4-mana 4/3 that we can just get. And opponent has seen enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really much they could have done there, but we got the victory. That's pretty cool. Deck played out really well, I'd say. The first game, about as much as you'd expect. Kiora Best the Sea God coming in clutch.
And the Omen helped a whole lot the first game, too.
Oh, yeah. The Omen set up all of our land drops.
Yep.
Whew. I think this deck is quite nice. Yeah. And there's a lot of cool things.
Probably underrated a little bit just because it's not what
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't had the greatest success with blue-green either, not gonna lie. Like, I've played blue-green decks that just, like, kind of spin their wheels and do nothing. Sometimes I try to play around, like, with the Enigmatic Incarnation card, and it just does.
I like that card. I've only played it a handful of times.
Yeah.
It it's hard to get it to work probably, but it is a fun card for
Yeah,
sure.
I think I've played it 3 times because every time I see it, I'm like, can I play this card? I might as well
Yeah.
try because it's so fun. Because whenever I play that card, I try to play like Omen of the Hunts and then play like a splash like deck that like is either blue green or blue red splashing for the enigmatic incarnation off of Omen of the Hunt. Because going Omen of the Hunt into incarnation into getting a 4-drop is amazing.
Yeah, sacking the omens is definitely
Oh
that's
yeah.
the most expensive one. So
Yeah, it's a very high.
yeah, I love this format, and that one of the things though that I think it's lacking a little bit on, and that why a lot of people probably won't like it as much as me in the long run, or it's just it doesn't have a lot of those sweet build around cards.
Yeah, I like build around cards. Especially the ones that like force you to radically change how you build your deck. Like
Yeah,
sometimes there'll be a mill build around and it's the only one in the set or things like that.
yeah, I like that stuff too. I don't like gold formats that much. I don't like tribal formats that much. They hold your hand a lot. Some cards like just aren't necessarily playable and unless you have certain things going on, like you can't draft like 5 different color pairs, and stuff. So
Yeah.
the fact that this is so wide open, like that you can, there's 10 gold cards, so and they're
Yeah.
not like amazing. So
Do you like just
you
holding
don't
up
feel like you have to draft certain things.
Do you like holding up Deny the Divine here? That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would hope.
Because we can just play this and activate it on the same turn at some point.
Mhm.
But yeah, I agree. I think the problem with guild sets is not only that the drafting gets repetitive because you're only drafting 5 different archetypes, and so it's like really easy to like hone in on how to draft them pretty quickly, but also the matchups get just kind of very repetitive to play.
They
Like,
do, and it almost in a way that like a constructed would, where you can almost feel like one color pair has like a big advantage over another. Like oh, Demir beats Golgari, but Golgari beats Boros. It's
yeah,
like kind of almost
exactly.
a meta game like that. Even.
Or when you like, and then when you are playing your Selesnya deck and they have Disinformation Campaign, you're just
Yeah,
honestly Disinformation Campaign made that format so much worse. It's almost unreal for me because that card was just like so imbalanced.
yeah, and not fun at all to
Yeah,
play against.
not fun to play against. And even when you're playing with it, it was just kind of like, okay, I have my Disinformation Campaign. I use it every turn.
I would just pass again here.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
I mean, it's bad if they have like a thirst.
Yeah, or Omen. I guess Omen of the Sun doesn't really matter. I've been really
Uh,
impressed with Omen of the Sun relative to where I thought I had it at the
I,
beginning.
I actually like it too. The scry is so good on those cards.
I know. Honestly, it feels like drawing a card in the late game, like every time.
It really does.
Okay, opponent, hit me with your best shot.
No,
No.
that's fine.
It just gets wrecked by Nexus Wardens anyway.
I don't think we can counter that one.
I think they might be holding up Deny the Divine themselves.
Certainly possible. All right. I mean,
We could play Liar and tap something.
I almost want to wait until we have a 6th land to do that.
Yeah, because then we can hold up
they
Deny
play
the
some-
Divine.
That, and also just that if they do resolve something, we'll have the Van Brawler.
Yeah, true.
Like I might even, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, here I blocked Leon in.
And then hopefully they have an
enchantment trick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect.
Thank goodness. If they had like +2/+2, I was gonna be really sad.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good.
Oh, that would have been bad. We also have life. Like every enchantment in our hand is life gain. We just have to survive until we land Kiora Best the Sea God. So this is not the end of the world by any means, even if they do have +2/+2. I felt like blue-white is almost directly as good as the number of like staggering insights you get, with the caveat that I had a blue-white deck that went undefeated on Arena, but I don't think the competition is as scary on Arena generally, so with a grain of salt, kinda. Well, now we no longer have our life gain thing, but
It's okay. There we go.
there's Fairy's Brand.
Kill that double striker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then probably just trade with the Leonin, right?
Yeah, sure. Just preserve your life total.
Yeah.
As much as we...
As soon as we land this card, blue-white just can't really deal with it.
Yeah.
Yikes. A 1/2 flyer. The Terror. And they're tapping out, so they don't have their Deny the Divine up if they do have that card.
All right.
Oh gosh, this is where we really would like to draw a land.
Land is scary even.
Booyah.
Yeah. That's...
We're very close to dead.
Yes, as close as possible. Die to basically anything.
Yeah.
Creature.
Yikes. I feel like their last card might be... Oh, their last card was Starlit Mantle. That's what they were holding up all that time. Because they were holding up like 3 mana for a while, or 2 mana.
Yeah, it's possible we needed to play something to turn.
Yikes. No, don't do it, opponent. Oh.
That doesn't do it yet.
They're looking for Karametra's Blessing or another Indomitable Will.
Sentinel's Eyes, whatever.
Yeah, Sentinel's Eyes. If we do survive, we get to land our Shimmerwing Chimera.
Yeah, I don't know how much another 8/8 will. I mean, it can't hurt, but the Chimera can also block the flyer. So
yeah, exactly. We live!
Yeah, it's probably going to be enough.
Yeah. White-blue isn't known for its insane
12.
reach.
Well, you know what? I think it might be better to play the Forerunner here.
Really?
Well, it's going to kill them. And you're going to have a steal from the Sea God and a tap from the...
good point.
Blockers.
Good point.
And I don't think the 8/8 is going to matter. The Shimmerwing can come down and block if they stop. Basically, he has to kill the Forerunner now. Or die.
And play the Liar.
Yeah. Because now, before this, you'd only have had a...
True. We'd be 1 point short. And making another 8/8 is very trivial.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds weird to say that, but yeah, really, I don't think it would matter.
Yeah, this is just about survival.
Well, he did have what he needed, but that on the Shimmerwing would probably have been worse, maybe by a little bit anyways, so. And I would probably steal the flyer.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Don't want to die to anything insane. The flyer is tapped, but yeah, now we have 2 creatures to play.
Yeah. I mean, I would still steal it.
I'm just going to, I think, tap the Wayfarer,
sure.
Play 2 creatures.
Yeah, that's perfect. No, well, he can exile it. Then we'll take mana up to it. I mean, it seems hard. I was going to say everything has trample, which I mean, of course he can stop, but
I just
he essentially has no blocker because you can untap the Liar. And
yeah, just wanted to get.
Yeah, it seems real hard for. I'm just trying to.
I don't think there's any cards that they can kill us with, because we have we have 2 flying blockers.
Oh no, I don't think they can kill us.
Wait,
even if he Wrath, you're gonna draw a card, have a Chimera.
Wow, that's. I didn't even realize the Cure Best Sea God untaps it when you take it. Like, that's just. Why?
I actually didn't realize that either.
I know. I was like, wait, maybe we should take the Pious Wayfarer because it's going to be untapped for blocking duty. But, like, that doesn't even add up. That was about as close as it could get, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jeez. So they have 2 Dreadful Apathies, a Thassa's Intervention for interaction, and a Starlit Mantle. Okay.
All right. I would think Plummet would be good enough against blue-white. I mean, maybe. I mean, they'd have like Hero and Wayfarer, so maybe it's not flying blue-white deck.
Maybe Gift of Strength would be a better alternative, but as like just a combat trick.
Blow out a couple of the combat tricks we saw. Like both of them don't do a whole lot. You know, they're enchantment ones that don't pump a lot.
Yeah.
Be okay.
Chain to Memory could be a little bit better.
I don't love it just because we don't have much high power on our creatures.
True.
So like it'd be like block with a Nexus Warden,
good point.
So then you save the Warden. I mean, it'd still be fine, but when that's the best it's going to do, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to not be good at all. So you got to
agreed.
Factor that in too.
I mean,
nothing. Against 2 apathies, I like those.
Good point. I was thinking what to cut for a Gift of Strength, but maybe we don't
Yeah,
need to cut
I
anything.
don't. I mean, we might not side anything.
True.
I mean, the Naiad.
Blocks all their 2/2s pretty well.
Yeah, it's not that bad, and 2 mantles that you want to keep in, knowing that they have these. It's kind of nice to have it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't love the Forerunner.
Yeah, me
Not
neither.
that
It's a bit small.
particularly bad, but I mean, I'm just looking at what might be.
I don't think we have any
the
insane
weakest card I
improvements.
see is the Forerunner. Not that I mean, I might, might just leave it if you think that you want something against the Flyers. I could see either of those cards coming in for it.
I think Huntmaster's probably just better just because it's a little bit cheaper.
That's fine on the draw too. Yeah,
it blocks the same things pretty much.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I agree.
Not
There's
much of a change, but I just think all the good from what I saw.
Whew. Well, this is a good hand.
Yep.
I kind of like how the blue decks in this format they can fall behind early, but then they have really good value engines and card draw late to pull them back. It's like a nice little.
Yeah, I like the blue a lot.
I think it was very unintuitive how to play blue decks when the set first came out. I think because it's like a lot of instant speed stuff because there's like 5 different instants to play around from blue, so you can kind of mind game the opponent.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely good.
And also there's I've taken a huge liking to where I pick it real. But besides that card, there's not much that draws you into being a blue deck very early either.
Yeah.
Early in the pack, So a lot of times, especially early in the format, blue was very underdrafted because there's not a lot of blue cards you're going to first or second pick a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's not like there's not like a Myers Grasp equivalent for blue.
Right.
Because that's the type of card that you take it and hang on a little bit.
And then, you see the pack with the Vexing Gull and the Thirst and the Ichthyos. You don't even know which one you want.
Yeah. That was my experience because I remember like I started off when I first was playing, I was thinking that Thirst for Meaning wasn't a very good card. And then I was like, wait, what do I... And then came up on it and I was like, okay, where am I supposed to take it now?
I was the opposite. I thought it was like the best one. I came out on it, so.
Okay, probably don't want either.
No, they have to go, even though the band broke last night. I mean, got to do something.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. Carry it to time, I guess. And then hopefully we either draw something or something next turn.
Yeah, I think a good card for us would be Nexus Wardens.
That'd be great. That'd be probably the best one.
I know that's like one of the first times I've ever been like, wow, Nexus Wardens would be the bee's knees. This is actually no joke the first time I've ever played Nexus Wardens in a draft deck of mine.
One is stuck on 2 lands.
Yeah, I don't think we need to risk our Shimmerwing Chimera.
No, I would just play.
I'm gonna play Omen first. See if we draw anything we would like. Ooh, Metamize Prophecy. Don't need that. Perfect.
I don't even love the Prophecy, but that's okay.
It's something to do with our mana this turn.
Since he only has 2 lands, pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I don't think we want either of those.
No. Might as well attack, I guess.
I was just thinking about if they could have anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, no. That's not an aura. Oh, wow.
Max punished. Oh, my God.
I forgot about that card.
Me too. Oh, my gosh. That's actually so bad. Also, if I'd played Metamize post-combat, I could have protected my guy with the Starlit Mantle anyway. Super genius.
I didn't try to stop you either there.
We kind of have to handicap ourselves or it's just not fair. Oh my gosh, that was... Ooh, Nexus Wardens.
Oh, okay. It's all better now.
I think we name Shimmerwing, right?
Have to, yeah.
Or we could name Fairies Band Brawler and hope to draw a land.
No.
I agree. It's not the best strategy. This is actually a really good Nexus Wardens here.
Yeah, it might be the best one ever.
Yeah, and we've got protection. He's safe. And they only have... I guess they have the Transcendent Envoy, so they could still do the like double aura thing that they did before. Jeez. Suicide.
Even if it were to, it's going to soak up a lot of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
Or we could block this and then try to protect it.
I was thinking that Envoy.
And then mantling it up.
I don't know. No, you're probably right the first time.
Just
I
saves
don't
more.
think the thing's going to die.
I also don't
And
think
this might make him. This might make him do something too. Or he probably just isn't going to do anything, right? He was sent to Leonin if he had
Yeah.
some. I would mantle.
Yeah, I agree. Mantle is definitely a good thing to do here. Gets it out of our hand.
Yeah, I'm not thinking clearly. When he doesn't send that Leonin, that's clearly he doesn't want to fight in this combat. He just wants to get in 3 damage.
Opponent is a mind game master if they have something here. They're just on a whole
Well,
nother level.
even if they do, it's probably just going to be a bounce, like not bounce your creature, but like a not a trade, not a kill your guy. They're both like this. They're just everything's gonna nothing's gonna die. It is weird that he didn't send the Leona. I guess you had some open mana, but it was a little weird that it didn't get sent. But I'm thinking that like he had something else to spend his mana on that he'd rather spend it on than the combat trick. That's kind of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, now we get
So even though he had something that looks like might have gone a little early for you, he probably just had something else that was even better.
This is so good.
Yeah, certainly just the Shimmer Wing.
There's no reason not to play. There's no reason to play land first, right? We can just disguise the information.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I after this Threnody Singer, I'm shook. I'm like, oh gosh, what could they have? These clever opponents. Wow, this is going to be really good. We can even bounce the Metamized Prophecy, right?
Yes.
I'm not even sure that's correct because getting back Omen's probably just better.
Probably not correct.
Wow. We're just going to hold up our mantle, though.
Oh, yeah.
Carry a Tid for redemption.
Yeah, this is not the time to... They have to react to this.
And we have, like, a lot of life in the bank because we're gaining 2 every time we get back an Omen.
This is going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah.
If they do something and you mantle, you bounce back the mantle. You might want to bounce the mantle anyways. Just because if you have 2 mantles, how are you ever?
True, and it's just like
but
we could even just flash in mantles just to draw, like, gain life if we needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking very hard to lose.
Agreed.
And then we're on to the finals. It's an unofficial trophy. It doesn't go on your official trophy leaderboard, but...
Oh, no.
You're like miles ahead on the trophy leaderboard. And it's not even like you also just have an absurd win rate too. Like there's always that thought like, oh, maybe they just play a ton, but you also win like have like an insane win rate. Like
I have played a ton. I've also every one of those games has been streamed.
That's pretty sick.
I did 1 coaching session off stream where I played, and I didn't count that. Other than that, every one of those has been streamed and accounted for.
Yeah, so. It's pretty awesome. I think that's one of the coolest things. Like you can just see into the mind of a great player like you, get like the thought process behind stuff. And like when you said, I saw that thing you posted where you're like, I got hosted by LSV, proceeded to win 30 straight matches. Like, or
that was an insane run there. That shouldn't happen.
But like that's like the type of thing you just get to watch all of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was all. It was all streamed.
Yeah. For anyone,
once I started off kind of hot, like enough people were, oh, you can't keep this up kind of stuff. But I'm like, well, I'm not going to play any of it off stream. I don't want anybody to.
Yeah.
They can go back and watch all of it if they want. So
I'm in a similar boat in that when I'm playing, I'm like, well, I might as well record it. So I think like every match of Theros Beyond Death I've played is like somewhere in the works.
I didn't know if I'd like streaming that much. I was going to start doing it for like a small group of people and stuff that I knew wanted to watch me. And then once I started getting people that like subscribe to me and stuff, I'm like, if I'm going to sit down and have enough time to play, I'm just going to throw it up on the stream. These guys are, subscribing to me and stuff. I might as well just play it on the stream. But yeah, my win rate is at like 76%, I think,
Jesus, that's
over 800 matches or something.
that
Pretty
is
manageable.
absurd. Like
And
I am blown. I didn't know the actual numbers. Like I knew it was really high because I've like checked the numbers before, but 76%.
yeah, I mean, when I played Theros, it was about, or not Theros, Eldraine, it was about similar because I looked at all my matches
Yeah,
on that. It was a little bit less stats because I played a lot on my laptop. This is my desktop here.
yeah,
There was also like right around 75. But
yeah,
and then as far as trophies go, 43% of my lives.
yeah. That's just such a high number. I mean, because there are some games of limited where your opponent just plays an unbeatable card, or you just don't draw land number 3 and lose, or you draw
Yeah,
land number 20 and lose the game. So like 76% is like you win every single game that is not due to variance or bombs or
kind
something.
of. Yeah, kind of. And it's weird though. I mean, I make plenty of play mistakes on stream. You know, enough that it's kind of like a joke almost. Like how often I might make stupid mistakes. And not usually stupid mistakes, but they're
Okay.
still mistakes. All right.
Opponent went deep in the tank thinking about things.
Well,
My initial thought is to go block block, but I'm worried about them
I
having.
like putting the warden on that Leone.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's way better. I think I might because the only card
That
I'm worried
might be
about is
it.
the +2/+1 phalanx card. It's like the only real thing.
That's true. What would that do? That'd be 6.
If they had that though, they would have attacked way earlier,
No,
probably. That's actually a really dumb justification. Forget
I
I said
think
that
that
one.
kills you though.
Yeah, I think I'm dead no matter what.
No, because you can gain 2 from the mantle.
True.
I think just blocking the Leonen's fine.
Yeah, I like this, and I can buff him up a little bit if need be.
Yeah, and
4,
as long
5,
as the warden doesn't die, you're gaining the life back that,
9,
with the
10.
Shimmerwing anyways that you'd be blocking if it were to die.
I think I do die if they have the phalanx card and I
Do
block
you?
like this.
All right, let me
Because this is
3,
3,
6,
4, 5, 6. No, 3, 4,
12.
5. Wait, so this is 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, that was horrible math.
It's going to be +2 on each of the 1 power creatures.
Yeah,
So
so this
there's
is
6.
3. That's 6.
And then it's going to be 6 on the hero, right? 2 and 1 for
Yes.
12 exactly, but you can gain 2 with the mantle.
Yeah, good point. I do not know where my math was there. That was like among the worst math I've done. Holy heck. Sometimes
You
I
have
just.
to have phalanx tactics and dismissal on your mantle target.
Or Phalanx Tactics and Starlit Mantle also
That's
targeting
true. That's
hero.
yeah. That's true. I forgot the bird was out there for a second.
Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty over. Okay, so they're just going to end step. I don't think we flash in Mantle and then like draw again.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah.
I was considering it, but
We just bounce the Omen, I think.
yeah, I would bounce the omen here.
Because we just want something that we can play and then we can oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think I would cast the omen. Oh,
So they're gonna draw Pious Wayfarer, which isn't a land, which is good for us to know.
this is good.
Yeah, we keep that on.
Definitely cast the omen now because you want to draw the appeal.
Yeah.
And then I would probably go ahead and straight away repeal that bird.
We probably don't want the Naiad.
It doesn't seem great. Or would I? Maybe you don't need to repeal the bird. I could just play carry it. I don't know.
I like getting the carry to down because I think they're probably.
Yeah, that's smart. Repeal's instant. I did kind of not want him to have a combat trick on. You're at so much life. This is fine.
Do we attack with the Shimmering Chimera? Probably not.
I wouldn't, just because if somehow there's a Vexing Gull, you might have to use the mantle.
We would be able to use Starlit Mantle to save it, but yeah. Oh yeah, they just concede.
Yeah,
They've seen the writing on the wall. Whew. Well, that's another victory. 4-0 currently. I think I got all of my trophies in the set in like the first like 2 weeks, and then I just played MTG Arena mostly. But I was pretty. Getting double digits was like I haven't gotten double digits since Ixalan, I don't think, because I don't play enough on MTGO sometimes.
I mean, that's probably the reason because I mean, I really like I watch your stuff, like I said, and you make a lot of the same decisions I do, and you think about the game a very good way, like especially with the sideboard.
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate it.
that's exactly like that stuff is like you can just tell you're thinking about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always fun to
You
yeah.
had a guest on before, and like whenever you guys would disagree about a pick a little bit, like I tended to take your side.
Oh, thank
So
you. I like having guests is like my favorite thing. This set I was like, I can probably just like have a bunch of guests and it'll be sweet. And so I think I've had like 4 or 5 guests for Theros Beyond Death, and it's made the drafts a lot more fresh, a lot more fun, and I think a
yeah,
lot more entertaining for everyone. And also it's really fun to like kind of bring awareness for other Magic the Gathering, like because most of my guests are content creators, so it's like
Mhm.
cool to like bring
This is
awareness
more
to.
fun for me too because like I feel like I have said the same thing so many times at this point on my stream, where I
Hmm.
have a lot of repeat viewers that it's just like I'm
Yeah.
almost not talking that much about the drafts anymore because how many times I'm going to say the exact same thing about the exact same cards.
Yeah.
So people that just check me out might think, oh, this guy doesn't explain stuff, but it's just kind of because it's a
Yeah.
little bit stale. I still like doing a couple a day, but I don't necessarily like to do them for hours on end.
Yeah. Or like especially because you're doing like 800 drafts of the set, so
Yeah,
you or 800 matches, like 300 something drafts. So like
yeah,
the fourth time you see an Omen of this, like the like 100th time you see an Omen of the Sea, you're not going to be like, well, I think Omen of the Sea is good for this, and this reason, but it doesn't mean
exactly.
the knowledge isn't in your head.
So many times, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also really just yeah, it's always fun to kind
But
of.
now there's new, different people watching. So
Exactly. That's a really cool. That's why I like to like default to my guests' picks because they've seen me talk about Omen of the Sea a lot, but they haven't heard you
yeah,
talk about Omen of the Sea or your Shimmerwing Chimeras or which colors you like to draft or your favorite why you like Thrill of Possibility. Those types of things are always really interesting, and
mhm.
yeah, that's why collabs are great. Labyrinth of Scophos is such a controversial card from what I've been talking with people about it. Oh my gosh. Like, what do you think of Labyrinth of Scophos? I'm actually interested on this one because I
Yeah.
am not a huge fan.
I'm not either. And it's gonna. I'd like to. I'm gonna talk about Entrancing Liar kind of the same way in this little talk, I guess. Like, I think these are cards that people kind of think, oh, they can go in any deck, and I just don't feel that way about them. The
Yeah.
Liar can go in any deck more so than the Labyrinth, but the decks I like to draft are either aggressive or very controlly. I don't tend to go mid range much, and I don't like green much. I think the Labyrinth in particular is way the best in the deck because it can mess up double blocks. It lets your tramplers get through. Like if you remove their blocker, it tramples over. Um, I think it's at its best there, and those aren't the decks I tend to keep that in mind.
We don't play
Um,
Shimmerwing here, right?
no,
We have 2 Starlit Mantles to
no
find.
need. No need.
Yeah.
Um, when I have counter spells in my deck, it's really awkward. And when I'm aggressive, it's really awkward. Here it is in a 3-color deck. Somehow it's working out, but
Somehow, I guess they got their Unknown Shores plan thing, but
I
yeah,
mean, powerful cards over there.
yeah, Banishing Light, Liar.
Nightmare Shepherd.
Oh shoot, I didn't even see the Nightmare Shepherd. Jeez,
Yeah,
I actually wish they'd played that because then I could have Mystic repealed it.
I don't think we want these
Yeah,
cards.
me neither. We're honestly in a
If
pretty
you
good.
don't draw anything, I actually think playing the Shimmerwing is fine.
Yeah,
I mean, we just want if they even if they're not adding to the board, we're going to get to play Sea God with not much out there, and yeah, I mean,
if they don't
not
answer it, the game's like
not that
looking
this
good.
is super important, but I mean, we've seen a Banishing Light go to the graveyard. We've seen like another high pick. Like they might not have removal in hand.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Wow,
certainly
that
fine.
that worked out. I mean, that was one of the best case scenarios.
Also, an interesting card. I'm thinking maybe they're black splash white if they're playing that card.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
Also,
I
they
like the card, but
also
I
they
don't love
they also have this different artwork on the planes, which means they
it. Right.
drafted this planes and they were like, well,
Right.
we're only gonna have one plane, so might as well
Yeah.
use the special art.
Definitely could be.
It's all a mind game with this opponent.
Yeah.
That's also it's
Yeah,
actually
I like dismissal, but in a 3-color control deck, it's probably not in there on your splash.
yeah, I agree. I think dismissal. I honestly haven't played it as much as I thought I would because not being able to bounce your own stuff takes away a lot of the outplay potential and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So it's more like you actually have to put it in a tempo deck.
Yeah, there's definitely decks I don't want to put it in.
Them knowing that their base blue, like which base color they are, is actually super important for like viewers at home. Like, because like if they're a blue, like if they're splashing blue, they're much less likely to splash a Deny the Divine. But if they're like base blue, they're way more likely to have that type of card.
This is weird.
This
Plays the land and has nothing. Just
Honestly,
getting
this is working out quite well for us. I don't think we risk the Kiora Best the Sea
no,
God.
no. I would happily play that Loathsome Chimera though.
I think we lead with Omen of the Sea just because we're probably
That's
gonna.
fine. Sure.
And this way, if we draw a Starlit Mantle, we can know about whether we want it. Probably don't want Nexus Wardens.
No, I don't think so. If you keep doing this bouncing, you're not gonna need the life basically. I think I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, me
Maybe
too.
just cast that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean, certainly we'll trade it if you get the chance.
It's baiting out a counter spell if they have one too, because
Right.
they'll definitely counter that type of thing. And if we think they have Deny the Divine, getting our Loathsome Chimera countered is much less appealing because then it gets exiled.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they had it. I was about to be like,
I don't know. They just had a lot of lands, but it seemed like it was just a weird kind of ordering of playing the lands that threw me off.
we're in
Like the
fine
early
shape.
labyrinth and stuff. Kind of maybe they were struggling for lands and when they hit the island, definitely opened up a spell to cast. But
The thing is if they ever tap out, then we're in just such good shape. They hold up 3 mana, including a blue one, so maybe they do have. I don't even know. Timrat Calls the Dead. Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna get to see a lot of their deck,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually pretty relevant for games 2 and 3. Okay, and now we just can jam Kiora Best the Sea God.
Absolutely.
Do you think Mystic repealing the Timrat Calls the Dead is worth it?
Not really.
Yeah, probably best to save it in case they get back Nightmare Shepherd somehow.
Yeah, I just don't think it really does anything.
Wow. Why did they do
Maybe
that?
now.
They didn't even do that before
Oh,
attacks
wow.
happened.
It might be okay to do it now, just so fall. I don't know. Can't really. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, a 2/2 doesn't matter to us really.
This is fine.
This is going well, you might say. We can take their Death Toucher so we can actually attack.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
They'll
like
also be tapped.
they do not have an insane amount of powerful cards in this deck from what I've seen so far.
No, we saw the highlights.
Like they milled their 2 of their best cards right off the bat.
Does have a memory drain in the deck.
Oh, they're milling us.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit scary.
I think we'll be fine here.
Yeah, I think we're in fine shape.
Perhaps in another game, it could be a little scary.
I mean, if we have any self mill, we probably don't want to have it in our, or like too much self mill, we would probably cut it. Maybe we. Nope, we'll just take it. I think we do bounce our Kiora Best the Sea God, get another 8/8, and then just win the game that way.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, don't we want to tap? No, we want to tap him.
Oh, yeah, we want to tap him first, and then we do it. Yep.
I think winning the game will
Yeah.
be pretty easy.
Just want to add as much power to the board as possible, probably.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Witness is in the air, so it'll be better. Horrible.
Could have left.
I could have
green
left
up.
up more green mana.
Oh, are you gonna play the? You're not gonna play the Lily?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think I
that's
just hold
fine.
up the Starlit Mantle
Okay.
because that way they can't kill the Witnesses tomorrow or use their Labyrinth on it.
What I was gonna do with the turn, I was gonna play like main phase Omen, the Loathsome, but I really don't think that's gonna matter much. You said play the most power to the board.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't think any of it.
I think it's. I'm kind of afraid of them milling us because they can mill 8 cards. So if they played like a creature to block, like this is gonna kill them. I guess I think I messed it up.
Yeah. With the mantle, sure.
I think I messed it up though because then they can use their Labyrinth to stop it. So maybe
Well, they can't mill you, and you know what I mean.
Oh, good point. Good point. Sweet
It all
Oblivion
costs
mills
so
for
much
4.
mana.
Cost 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they can mill 4 this turn.
With is that another one from hand? That might change.
Yes.
You can also repeal one of your own things, so don't waste that to get a whole nother turn.
Oh, you're right. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually changes everything.
Yeah.
Well, now we want to. Oh, we can take. We can just. We win the game. We win the game. We take control of the Labyrinth.
You can take lands. Okay.
I think so.
Probably
Yeah,
can.
gain control of
Card
target
does everything.
permanent. Okay, that changes things. Perfect. So I think we just.
Highly unlikely he has anything, but I'd put it on the hexproof guy, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Boom. Got the win. I didn't even notice the Mystic Repeal thing, but like that actually would have won us the game too because we would have gotten a extra hit in with the flyer. Yeah, that was
So if you were to get milled, you could do that.
Yeah, they're on the double Sweet Oblivion plan. That's their game plan, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of a strange one for sure. Did not really see that coming.
I would want Memory Drain, I feel like.
I kind of like Memory Drain. I also kind of like the Huntmaster just because it attacks pretty well.
Fine. I don't hate the idea of putting in all the... Probably wouldn't.
Putting in what?
All the Wave Mystics.
To mill them?
Yeah, but it's probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
They have a lot of self-mill as well as the Oblivions, but I mean...
It just fuels their Oblivions. I don't think we can
I
kill
know
them.
It does kind of, but like these Nexus Wardens seem pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
That's about like the only bad cards really that I see. So
I think I'll just make a straight swap.
Yeah, that seems fine. If you had more stuff that was defensive, I would consider maybe putting them in.
We could cut.
It's risky too.
Yeah, we don't really have anything else that's super defensive.
No. This is fine. All these cards are fine. It does have Nightmare Shepherd for Plummet.
Yeah, we didn't see
much else.
I don't think we saw any other targets for our Mystic Repeal, so I was kind of thinking that that's our like weird little situational card that we can play. Because I think we saw Banishing Light, Nightmare Shepherd as their only 2 enchantments, but I could see Plummet being like Plummet just for Nightmare Shepherd might be.
I don't like one thing for one thing really, but
yeah. But Nightmare Shepherd is really good.
I mean, we did see a lot of the deck too. There's probably not flyers in there.
Yeah.
If any.
Also, I don't really like getting dead cards if they like because they don't draw their Nightmare Shepherd and they're just milling us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. We get to. I think we play Horn Beetle here, and then we just hope to draw Loathsome Chimera.
Seems fine, yeah.
Because that's always just like such a brutal combination when it occurs. Okay, that's unfortunate. Turtled.
It's kind of close to play the Prophecy.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
But
I could see Prophecy being correct for sure. Now we Prophecy.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really worried about like both on top.
Yeah. Island would have been a little better, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about like them pressuring us all that much. We also didn't really see any removal that was particularly scary. We saw Banishing Light.
Not much that worries me here
Yeah.
with this start.
I think they're splashing white just for like Banishing Light.
Probably so. So I would just play the Shimmer Wing. It's not even like that big of a deal in the game plan, and I would just name Forerunner Prophecy.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd almost expect that to be all you needed. But who knows? We'll see.
Because we know we have a land on top.
Basically must answer cards here.
Yeah. Especially because it starts making the Horn Beetle scary.
Yes.
I'm actually okay with that.
No, it's fine. You have so much else going on. And it wasn't even an instant way to answer.
And that's probably one of their few ways to answer our Kiora Best the Sea God once it comes down.
Yeah, I mean, this is totally fine.
Wow, and Starlight Mantle's even extra value.
I mean, a witness isn't something that can on here.
We get to see what's coming. Ooh, Chimera, nice.
Just a land over there.
I think we just attack with our Forerunner.
He might use the Labyrinth, but still has to use it.
Yeah, they still have to use their mana. Perfect. I think we just play Witness of Tomorrow.
That's fine. I'm fine with any.
Actually, I like Omen of the Sea is probably better because then if we draw a land, we can. Yeah, this is way better. Because then we can play our Kiora Best Sea God next turn if we want to.
Power creature too. Yeah.
Because now we know we're drawing a land next turn, so we can jam this if we need to.
Send them all.
Shouldn't have played the land first, but
might as well. It don't matter.
And even if they tried to like block sack this, we still have trample. So.
Oh, I didn't even realize they are up to 7. So.
We could just play our Kiora Best the Sea God, and if they do have a counter,
I think I had a game where both me and my opponent had the Sea God. I think it was the first one that came out that was much better, not the second one. I'm trying to figure because I'm thinking there's like the only way you can lose to like that card at this point.
Like
I think you want to play it first though.
Even if they counter it, like they're still under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I don't care if he counters it. I just wanted to make sure that if they played C, played it after.
Oh,
I don't think
it's definitely better to play it first because we can tap theirs.
And they get to steal your Sea God or whatever and steal something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, opponent getting salty in chat. Congrats, kiddo. Well, I'll take the congrats and wield it into trophy number 11. If you did make it all the way till this end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Kyle Rose trophy because he was our guest and we got a trophy, so feels good. Thank you so much, Kyle, for coming on. Where can people find you and your content?
On Twitch, I'm the Ham TV.
Say that again. I think you cut out.
The Ham TV.
Yep, and there will be links to that in the description and in the pinned comment below. And I think you're on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
Same thing.
The Ham TV on Twitter. Do you do any YouTube stuff or?
I put one video up on YouTube, and it's a little old now because I didn't even know that it uploaded. I'm not great with technology. I was gonna try to upload some highlight type things. I might get around to that.
Well,
I'm not sure.
For now, Twitch is the best place to find him, and you can watch his VODs there and stuff. All of his matches on his journey to massive amounts of success. If you did enjoy this video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with any questions. Be sure to, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you folks enjoyed it. Thanks again to Kyle for coming on as a guest, and I'll talk to you folks next time.